Back live with another edition of what we call Fusion Radio, man. Celebrating dope people every single week, man. It's I, Brian Stinson, and the one and only Keith in the building. And, we always come bearing guests, man. It's not a Fusion Radio if we don't have somebody dope to celebrate, man. We've got rapper and songwriter Westside Don in the building. Welcome to Fusion Radio, man.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me. Thanks for answering my DMs so I can come out and tell y'all about me, and y'all can kind of hear my music and see if y'all really like it or not. Y'all can find me on IG _Westside Don _.
All right, so let's get into this name, Westside Don, man. What's the origins of it? And
so originally, I had another name. It's called Big Don Jr. So like a lot of my old music, if you want to look it up on Apple Music and Spotify, it's under Big Don Jr. But I changed it because one, they always called it Big Don Jr. because how it's set up, like they read it how it was spelled. So and it kind of made me mad. And then I was writing a song, and I basically said Westside Don. I was like, that sounds nice. I'm just gonna use that. And plus, I'm from the West Side of Chicago, so it would kind of had a ring to it. So
no doubt,
that's why
man.
I changed it.
Another 290 representing in the building, man.
Yeah,
see, Keith is shaking his head because Keith knows, and I try not to do this, but it's something special about these 290 interviews.
Man, because I would say a lot of 290 artists that I have met are like very versatile and relaxed, and they try to we got a kind of a shell to us. So when we try to break out our shell, we always come out with like kind of great energy and try to do more.
Yeah, man. I was born on the West Side, 290. And so it's always, like I said, special, man, and everything. I can't hide it. It's a big smile on my face. Me and my mom, actually last week, my mom ain't been on the West Side in a long time. And so we took that trip last week.
I bet you she was like, everything different now.
You know what it was really is, the alignment as far as the ramp is a little bit different.
Yeah.
And so that's how long she hasn't been on out west, and so I was guiding her through because she was doing the driving as to, how that ramp works and everything.
They revamped that. They paved streets to knock down buildings. They done built buildings. They done kind of set it up to try to, they probably trying to drive us from over there. That's probably what it is.
So speaking of out west, man, so tell me a little bit about like how out west was for you. Because one thing I noticed about like just Chicago in general, even though you might come from a certain part, it's still different for different people. You know what I'm saying? It might, being from out west might be different for you compared to it might be different from him. You know what I'm saying? So just tell me a little bit about like how it was growing up out west for you.
Well, me, I never went to school in my own neighborhood, so like I had to do like a little commute. I was like borderline out west, like when I used to commute, because I stayed right off, like I stayed in the Humboldt Park area, so I didn't go to school in the Humboldt Park area. So most of my growing up was kind of a little bit far from home, but not too much. But out west is just home for me. Like I know the streets, I know the area. I kind of stay away from what ain't really if I'm not from there, I don't go over there. Probably that's how I kind of move out west. But it's always been home. I know where the good food and spots at. Growing up, it was like trying to learn the streets and stuff because we got different names for everything. That was the hardest part, getting on the bus, because I'll miss a street in a heartbeat. Like, you need a little GPS if you're not from out west, because the street names will confuse you. And then certain streets on a slant, and then you be looking like, how does this go the same way this street is? And then, like, yeah. But that's home. So I can't really tell you how growing up out there is, because that type of question you got to ask with somebody who kind of growing up on both sides, because I've never been like a south side kid. Like, the only time I really go out south is like when it's like family events, because most of my family out there, but I don't really go out there like that.
No, it's funny you said that though about the GPS thing, because I be feeling the same way going out west. Like I be trying to tell bro, like you can't tell me two names of a street and think I'm gonna know what you talking about. Like, I don't know where that's at. We could be talking about the Austin neighborhood, the out the Bam neighborhood. I don't know where none of this is at.
For our South people, them side streets will get you. I know the North and South streets is pretty much the same, but them East and West streets, oh yeah, them different.
For sure, man. So talk to me a little bit about, like, when did the music end up coming into play as far as like your life, and when did you really adapt to it?
So like I used to always listen to what my brother listened to. So at first, he started off with like East Coast rappers because that's what he was big on. So I used to listen to a lot of DMX, Jay-Z, Midwest was like Eminem, Bone Thugs. So I used to listen to a lot of that, but like I kind of developed my own sense of music probably around like the Waka Flocka Gucci my college year area. So like I started to fall in love with that. And for me to like actually make music, I used to play around with it, but I never was like really serious until one day my homie, I call him Juice, I met him in college. He was like, man, Joe, we should start rapping ourselves. And I'm like, you serious? And he was like, yeah. And so I went and I tried to write my own 16. If that wasn't the longest time I ever had to write a 16. Well, the longest and the hardest. But after that, like a couple studio visits, I started to try to get like real comfortable with it. And then I don't know what made me really go hard and like fall in love with it, but it had to be, I can't really put the year on it, but I ended up falling in love when I just kept doing it. Like I kind of been like off and on now, but now since I'm on, I'm really going to try to push for it more. But yeah, my homie Juice, really, he was the one who told me, let's do music. And ever since then, I've been doing it ever since.
Okay. So listening to that, how you broke that down right there, I really want to know, like, okay, so what was that, I want to say like Pacific song, but what was that instance for you where you felt like, okay, I can actually rap though, you know what I'm saying? Like I can actually do this. Cause sometimes it'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm just doing it just to do it. Yeah, my homie told me, yeah, let's make music. But when did it get to the point where in your own brain, you was like, okay, I actually can do this though. I'm actually good at music.
I would say my homie Prince. I went to the studio. Well, I had hit him up to go to the studio, and we went to the studio called Classic Studios. At the time, this guy Headache was up there mixing and engineering our tracks or whatever. And we had this one song. It was with this girl on it. It's so old. It's probably still on SoundCloud. I can't really remember the name. And I listened to it. When we was done with the song, I listened to it in the car. And I'm like, I can really flow. I got to figure out how I'm going to flow better and not do so many punch-ins and mess-ups. But I can really I think I'm finna take this. I'm finna try to take this to the next level. And then my homie Prince, he always been like real inspirational and real, always telling me like, man, Joe, you got it. You can do it. You can do it. So that's probably the time. And that was our first time in the studio together too.
No doubt, man. So you got 2 singles that you brought by to showcase your dopeness, man. She Easy to Please.
Yeah, I just shot a video which is coming out November 13th to that one, and yeah, that a lot of the guys really like that song, so that's the song I'm gonna try to push a little bit more.
And then this other one is called Yellow Toes.
Yeah. Well, in the song, I talk about the girl toenails and stuff. I mean toenails and stuff. So like that's probably. And then I'm terrible at naming songs, so that's the first thing I pick. Oh, I said Yellow Toes, so that's what I'm calling.
So between the two, which one you want to play first, and give us the backstory behind it?
She Easy to Please. I want to play that one first, and really, I don't know where I came up with I don't know how I came up with the cadence of the song, but I just heard the beat and like I was just rocking. I had a couple ideas. Like I kind of write my songs like as attention grabber. So if it don't grab my attention the first couple bars, I scrap it. But like I just kept going through verses, going through lines, and then that little the hook kind of stuck with me, and that's how I built the song. I built the song around the hook after that. But that's how that song came about, though. Like I was talking to a girl, and she was like talking about Chanel bags and all this other stuff. And I'm like, man, I can't afford that. But I know somebody who can. And so that probably played a little part in the song, too. And yeah, that's how that song came about.
All right, we're about to check it out, man. It's our homie, man, Westside Don in the building, man. We'll chop it up more with him. It's Fusion Radio with Brian and Keith.
I say, whoa, whoa, yeah. Shorty real easy to please. Shorty bad, got a hair leg, got your name on the feed. Bought a baby jack, got a Rolex, French tip for the feed. Big down, Hellcat, so you know she on the me. Whoa, hood, white ones on the feed. She can pull off any style, even Timbo's, Nate Weed. Baby girl, too fleet, ain't about being cheap. You see me with the bitch, you know I had the bitch. Why you keep asking me? In the DM with the Spanish mode, trying to see if she a freak. I gotta hit before I fly you out. That's a part about being me. Westside, you know 290, she gon' hit the E-way for me. Big with a stomach out, it's about 100 on me. Shorty said she wanna f raw, I'm so tempted 'cause she's so pretty. Light skin, love pretty. They beat cups for the tubes. You want the boss, get with me. Them niggas can't fool with me. She said she loved me so much, she went and got my face on the tube. Yeah. Shorty real easy to please. Shorty bad, got a hair laid, got your name on the feet. Bought a baby jack, got a Rolex, French tip for the feed. Big down, Hellcat, so you know she on the me. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Shorty real easy to please. Shorty bad, got a hair laid, got your name on the feet. Bought a baby jack, got a Rolex, French tip for the feed. Big down, Hellcat, so you know she on the me. Whoa, Westside, what? That's what we at. Bro said it ain't shit to him, he can blow a bag on any. Ain't nobody doing this, talking that good shit. I heard you had it for a little minute, now she let a little bro hit. Yeah, my game so smooth. Q said it ain't shit to him, them hoes know who's who. Got her hair done, now she thinks she the baddest bitch in the crew. Pipe down, love hot mama, your best friend, get it too. Big Don with the nice words, I'm quick to melt it hard. I love it when she said she got it, babe, she quick to melt my big heart. She thumbing through it, that's love. She can hold on, give me her. Big Don got your bag, girl, put your feet up. Whoa, 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 yeah. Shorty real easy to please. Shorty bad, got a hair laid, got your name on the feed. Bought a baby jack, got a Rolex, French tip for the feed. Big down, Hellcat, so you know she on the me. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Shorty real easy to please. Shorty bad, got a hair laid, got your name on the feed. Bought a baby jack, got a Rolex, French tip for the feed. Big down, Hellcat, so you know she on the me. Whoa, whoa.
Pressure, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Real pressure, man. So who we got in the building today, man? We got my boy Westside Don in the building, man. He came with some pressure. The first song was some pressure.
Thank you.
Now you got me thirsty to listen to the next song because it's like.
And both of them songs on my EP too, called Weekend with the Don, on Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere, YouTube, whatever you got, it's on there. I made sure it's on there too. I looked up and everything.
Hey, see, I could tell you've been doing this for a minute because you understand promotion. You've been promoting since you start your interview. That's how you do that. You supposed to go to your interview. You supposed to give them the homework on the old music that they ain't listened to yet because you got to look at it like it's a new audience you're in front of. You get what I'm saying? So just because they ain't here, that don't mean it's weak or nothing like that. It's just, it's a new song to them.
Yeah, so like I got to, I got my name changed. So the EP with She Easy to Please is under Westside Don. And all my old music, that's still good. Well, and I feel like it's still good because I still pay for it to be on all the streaming networks. It's under Big Don JR, and you can find all my older work on that side, and all my new work gonna be on the Westside Don.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Another reason why I love doing this show is because when some of y'all artists come in here and y'all got this amazing music, I be listening to it and I be low key mad because I be like, man, I wish I was coming in on that second. Like, it's just, I don't know, but I just love music so much. So it's like when I'm hearing the music in my headphones, I'm like I'm vibing to it. I'm like, okay. Like, cause you as an artist, you understand, like when you hear something you like and it hits your ear a certain type of way, it's like you already kind of know what you want to say. You got your flow already in your head. Like, that's how I be feeling sitting in this seat. I be like, man, like, I would be coming to here snapping though.
Yeah, you gotta, I mean, for me, if you want to come to the studio, you got a hot verse. You can hit me up anytime. I'll let you come. If it's good, I'm gonna keep it. If it's not, I'm gonna erase it right in front of you and let you know.
And I respect it. And I respect that, because a lot of people not able to take creative criticism, you know what I'm saying? And can't take that somebody telling them that their music ain't it. Like, don't feel no type of way. Just go back to the drawing board and try to get better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like if you can't take constructive criticism, because I take a lot of it, and I done mastered the art of saying okay, even when I don't agree with it. If you can't do that, then I ain't finna be arguing with you. I probably don't even want you in the studio with me no more. But more likely, I ain't even gonna invite you back because I don't want to hear it.
No, for real though. But also to go with that though, we gotta understand as artists that everybody got their own ear for music too though.
Right.
So just because it didn't sound a certain type of way to you, doesn't necessarily mean that it's weak. It just might not be the music for that specific person. You know what I'm saying?
And that's true too. And with artists, we know when something is off. We probably can't pinpoint it. So if you know something is off, and one of your guys or whoever in the studio is giving you that criticism, take it, because you know it's off, and that criticism might be the thing that helps that track become to life or fix what you knew or what you heard was off. Cause like that's why I say as an artist, you gotta accept the criticism, even if you don't agree with it. Just say okay, cause like they could be right.
For sure, man. For sure. So, talk to me about this flow, though. You get what I'm saying? So, how did you necessarily adapt your flow and get it to the point where it's at now?
So, my engineer, his name is Drew. Well, they call him Ear God. Well, he call himself the Ear God, and I call him Ear God because he got a good ear for like mixing down tracks, and you can find him on Instagram as under Ear God. I think he spelled God Gawd or something like that. But yeah, so he helped me build my sound, because after Headache left Classic, I kind of left Classic too. So I had to find another engineer to mix my stuff. I linked up with this guy named Rico. He real good too, but he ended up leaving the studio, and he put me on with Drew. And from like 2017 until now, I've been just working with Drew, and he kind of cultivated my sound, my new sound now. It took a lot of practice. Like at first I used to yell on tracks. I didn't know how deep my voice was. So like one day he was like, "Wow, why are you yelling?" I'm like, "What you mean?" Like, bro, you're using too much energy. Like you need to just trust your voice. Like you have a great voice. You don't need to yell to make it sound like hard or whatever. It's real smooth and relaxed. So stop yelling. And then he had to teach me like not to go in the studio and try to lay like 10 songs in 4 hours. Cause like if you try to do that, you kind of get fatigued on tracks, and certain tracks don't have that high energy that when you started out with, because you're doing so many. So he kind of broke down like, all right, if you're going to book 4 hours, let's do 3 songs. So you can still have that energy. My ears won't be bleeding trying to mix it, and so that made me more comfortable when I lay songs. And then he told me how to like play with my voice a little bit, try to stretch it and see what I can get away with while he's mixing it. And that kind of built my flow and understanding what I could do too. And I also play voice recordings when you writing the song. Rap it out, voice record it, listen back, and see and actually know how you sound, because how you sound in your head is not how you gonna sound on that mic. So if you think you sound like Drake in your head, all right, bro.
Hey, I hope y'all really listening to this man, because he really dropping real gems in here, like really dropping gems to y'all. Because certain things you saying, bro, I had to learn the hard way. You get what I'm saying? I used to be that same guy that used to try to book or try to do 10 songs in 3 hours, 2 hours. You get what I'm saying? Trying to hurry up and knock out songs. Right. But I had to learn it's better like to get one decent song in that 2-3 hours than to have 3, 4, 5 okay songs in that. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not really doing what it's supposed to do. Because now you still got to go back to the studio, got to revamp this, re-record, and do all this when you could have just had it right the first time if you would have took your time.
And I would say try to stay as sober as you can when you do songs, because if you don't, like you will miss some stuff. You'll be like, man, I thought I did that. I thought I did this. And it's also about vocal control too, like breathing control, because when you're on that mic, you're trying to get the right pitch for your voice. Mm-hmm. And so like if you kind of like got all this stuff in you, it ain't like you paying for studio time, so like you don't want to burn them hours trying to get everything together. Like you got to come in prep and try to lay that stuff down, and whatever you need to fix, you can fix it because you done prepped it and everything too. So when you come in the studio, don't play with your hours because studio time is only going up. At first, you probably get a guy for like 30 an hour. Now these guys charging 65, 85, 100.
For sure.
The studio time is only going up, so do not play with your money like that. Like coming in and don't even got a song, now you got to pick a beat and try to punch in. I mean, I ain't rich. Some of y'all might be. But I'm not blowing through my hours, man.
This is WIIT 88.9 FM Chicago. We got our brother, man, Westside Don in the building. It's Brian and Keith with Fusion Radio. And so, man, I want to go back to this project, man, Weekend with Don, man. What should we know about it? Where is it available? All that.
Weekend with Don, like I said, it's on Apple Music, Spotify. Like it's all party. Well, I feel like it's my type of party music. Like it's structured about like a good vacation that you done went on and you done met people and had fun. And this is kind of how I contribute my party inside. So Weekend with the Don is all party music, up tempo, and you gonna have a fun time listening to it. You could take this little EP everywhere with you. Just play it. People gonna love it. I'm telling you.
So you were telling us, man, off the air, man, I want to bring this on the air, man, about this really dope performance opportunity that you had with Urban Lux Cafe, courtesy of our boy Hef Banks.
Oh man, shout out to Hef Banks. Yeah, so he made my EP cover, and he said, "Man, Joe, I see you really working, trying to push your music. I'm hosting this thing for artists called Urban Lux." At first I was like, "Oh, I'm not really good at performing," so I ain't really wanted to go at first. And he was like, "Man, just come." So I end up showing up, I perform, and I met this really dope artist. He like my best homie right now, Howie Stacks. It's like when we talk, it feel like I've been knowing this dude forever. Like we making some great music, and we also collabing and doing a tape together too. Like I met a lot of artists at Urban Lux. Like if you really serious about music, hit up Hef Banks. You can find him on IG, Hef Banks. That's everything spelled correctly, Hef Banks. It sounds like it has spelled right. So and he'll get you on. You can perform, show your talent in front of a lot of people. He also be having like podcasters and interviewers coming up, so you can try to network and get up with other artists and stuff. Man, that's a really great spot if you up and coming artist and you listening to this. Hef Banks. Shout out to Hef.
It's crazy because when you brought that up earlier, I had something to tell him, but you kind of like you put it out there like. It's crazy because Hef just hit me up this morning and asked me if I wanted to perform on the 9th. That's crazy. Bro. Like, and you like how you put it out there. That's the same way he put it out there to me. You get what I'm saying? On some man, because he came down here. He brought some of his people down here too for some interviews and stuff like that, and we chopped it up, locked in and stuff like that. And he hit me up this morning talking about an opportunity to perform. So, man,
dude, I'm telling you, you would never know who you would bump in there. Like, it's a lot of dope artists in the city who just ain't being heard. Well, they can't really get the necessary views and stuff, and he bring people to help them get to where they going as far as helping out his own artists and stuff. Cause so I say do it. You probably meet somebody like I met, like my man's Howie. Like you'll meet some great artists in there, and you'll hear some dope music. Cause it's producers and stuff that's in there too, and engineers who willing and ready to mix.
Man, I got to slide because it's so crazy because even before I met Hef, he been telling me about Urban Lux Cafe for a long time. We tried to get the owner of Urban Lux Cafe down here, but it's like, you know how they be with schedules and stuff like that. So we can't really materialize it yet, but we're going to get it down here one of these days.
Urban Lux is called Vibe Check. That's the event. Urban Lux is the actual restaurant or place that he does it out of. And they got good food too.
I heard that too, though.
Yeah, they definitely got good food, and it's all card, no cash too. So
that's what's up, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. So This was a great interview, bro. Like,
Thank
we
you,
talked
thank you.
about a lot of great stuff today. So before we get up out of here and we play your last song by the name of Yellow Toes, you know what I'm saying? You got to get the people some homework again, you feel me? Tell them to go check out that old music, and you definitely got to get your social medias and stuff so they can tune into your movie.
All my music, and I show snippets of new music that's coming out in the future. You can find me on IG _Westside Don _ and my project is called Weekend with the Don on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, wherever you play your music at, it is on there, and you can find it under Westside Don, Weekend with the Don. And check out some of my old music, Big Don Jr. I've got like a lot of my old catalog. I think it's like three albums on there and like 4 singles. And I got some more work in the making too. I'll probably be back on this show to promote my new stuff too.
That's what I'm talking about, man. So like I said, we got this last song from you, and it's called Yellow Toes. You know
That's
what I'm
on
saying?
fire too. I got good reviews.
So you set the precedent, you feel me, the precedence with She Easy to Please. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely thirsty to hear this Yellow Toes, man.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about that before we close out this interview and play your song.
I made that song right after I came from Houston. Right after I came from Houston, I made that song because, man, it's some beautiful people in Houston. And I'm gonna just leave it at that, and that's what this song came about.
So that's what I'm talking about, man. So we finna go ahead, wrap up my boy Westside Don interview. We finna listen to this Yellow Toes, and we'll be right back with another amazing guest after this song.
Thank you. Look, Westside Don, all she do is talk shit and lay up in my arms. Dark skinned Nikki keep talking about menages. Fifth note this week and keep my nerves calm. Baby, what you want? Trip from here to there so my timing be off. Yellow on her toes and Chanel on the arm. She thumbing through them honeys that should be turning me on. I lay in that booty, she be squirting on the dawn. You know I love Houston, but Chicago is my home. Cold ass, but I love it when it's warm. She say she love me, she gon' suck it till I'm snoring. Daytime trips, my bro be spinning in the morning. She always hit me up like when you coming home. Flight late tonight, so don't keep no clothes on. Baby dark is special with a mind of her own. She been getting money, so she leave mouth alone. Westside Don, all she do is talk shit and lay up in my arms. Dark skinned Nikki keep talking about menages. Fifth this week and keep my nerves calm. Baby, what you want? Trips from here to there, so my timing be off. Yellow on her toes and Chanel on her arm. She thumbing through them honeys that should be turning me on. I lay in that she be squirting on the dawn. All up in my mind. I'ma lean forward and be all up in your spine. Baby, do you mind? Nice and slow, come on girl, take your time. I'll take your word shopping if you come and blow my mind. She a super soaker, she be spraying all the time. She keep a French tip with a nice fine liner. Baby girl fine and the diamonds even finer. She be talking money, she can use a money counter. You know it's only right that be done, gotta have her. I turn the bitch up and give her more than she can handle. I'm talking good shit, I'll fold her if I got her. Baby, I'm the man, that other shit don't matter. Westside Don, all she do is talk shit and lay up in my arms. Dark skinned Nikki keep talking about menages. Fifth this week and keep my nerves calm. Baby, what you want? Trips from here to there, so my timing be off. Yellow on her toes and Chanel on her arm. She thumbing through them honeys that should be turning me on. I lay in that, she be squirting on